Club, the once famed destination for the residents of Chicago nightclub scene. It was opened in 1982 under the management of Brendan Thornhill, child of then Chicago's Prince Loden. The club served as the premier meeting place in Elysium for the most of the vampires of the greater Chicago area, including many of the kindred of Gary, Indiana. The club was constructed over the haven of the torpid Lucifer Helena, thanks to the great efforts of her gold Prius. In 1993, the War of Chicago erupted between the kindred and the Lupines of the greater Chicago area. In the Lupine assault of the club, a number of kindred were slain, including Thornhill and Loden. The club reopened not long after the guidance of the neophyte Portia. This was last year. At first, it only catered to kindred, but is now open to kind as well. While the new owner of the Succubus Club remains anonymous to the public at large, however, tonight it is a scene for a different reason, as it is a fortress to the kindred of Chicago against the Second Inquisition. The once thriving club is now empty, except for the immortal visitors that are there. The windows no longer can be seen through, but are still shutters, blocking outside light and prying eyes of any Sacred Inquisition that might be looking. Inside gathered is almost every single kindred in Chicago. One strike and the entire power structure of Chicago can be taken down at this moment. The prince is talking to the primogens of each of the clans, including a worker in the club named Portia, who technically isn't the Torador primogen, but is there anyway. Missing among the kindred is the sheriff. Although the coterie has talked to Damien just hours ago, informing him of a meeting between a kindred and the Sacred Inquisition. As the coterie is sitting and waiting, a large excitement happens as somebody runs into the building up to Prince Jackson and hands him a cylinder. As he opens the cylinder, his eyes gets wide. He lets his regal bearing down for just a second before collecting himself and walks up to one of the stages. Attention, kindred of Chicago. I know it looks bad now, but we are living in Chicago, the second city, named because the Great Fire couldn't even take it out, as the citizens rebuild upon it, and so shall we after tonight. We Our city will be taken back. However, it pains me to inform you all that I must declare a blood hunt for the former sheriff of Chicago, Damon, as it seems that he has been the one to betray us and sold us out to the Second Inquisition.
Piece of shit.
We will be going out here to take on the Second Inquisition to either make our final stand or to survive. But first, we must wait. What is the coterie doing after Prince Jackson leaves the stage?
Ricky is going to explain to Isabella what a blood hunt is and what that's all about, and let the rest of the group do what they will.
Okay.
Sophie is just looking into the air and swearing to the former sheriff now.
And what?
Swearing to the former sheriff. Like, what a piece of garbage he was and all that. Never liked him.
Kasumi.
Yes.
Um, in the event of a blood hunt in the city of Chicago,
Yes.
what is the official stance of the Cameron Diablerie?
It is legal.
Excellent. I was hoping you would
It
do
is
that.
it is the only time that the obligatory is able to be done is during a blood hunt.
Yeah, Xavier is almost salivating, if they could.
So
I have
he's
been
Oh.
waiting to diablerize somebody for this entire goddamn campaign.
Hey, Kasumi, we forgot to deal
Yes.
with my stains. Can we just go ahead and deal with those while I'm thinking of it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Don't roll. No, don't do anything with your stains yet.
Okay.
Oh, Kasumi, how much hunger did you say I have on your side?
I have 2.
I have 3 on my sheet right now.
You have 3?
Yep. Think
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you had 3 and Xavier had 1. Because that sounds.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe
I
I
did
just.
have one before. I'm going to change it to 2 because you said I had 2. So,
Okay, I think you have 1 then.
okay. Back
Because I
to
might have erased you. Might have accidentally took you up by 1 and did not do anything with Sophie, so it might have been a mistake on my part.
Sure thing, boss.
So everybody just gonna stand around then?
This isn't really a good place to gather information.
I guess I'll just join Ricky, seeing as Megan is probably busy talking with important people.
What were you gonna say, Ricky?
I was going to ask if Sierra is still in conversation with the prince.
She is, yes.
Okay. I'm keeping an eye on her because I want to speak with my primogen.
Okay. After a little bit, the Primogens kind of veer off from the prince, and both Megan and Sierra come over to your booth and sit down.
Ricky will stand. Welcome, Primogens. Please seat.
Hi, Ma.
Thank you. Hi, Sophie.
Am I there too?
Yes.
Okay. Xavier stands awkwardly.
Sit. Don't stand on our behalf.
Xavier sits awkwardly then.
Primogen Van Burance, I have a question.
Yeah.
Regarding the blood hunt, I know that is generally top priority. I take it that it's take it as an opportunity if it comes up in the current situation.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Other than kill the
Um.
bastard.
Unfortunately, there's nothing. The prince is really getting pissed off at this whole situation, and whatever was in that uh, container did not do him any justice.
AJ,
Yes.
did we already get... Sorry. Did we already give him the invitation from that lady?
No, we have not had the
Now
opportunity yet.
not a good time.
No.
I know everything is going to shit, but here's an invitation to a party.
Yeah. We'll wait a little bit, I think.
Smooth.
Yeah, it's probably not a good time to do that at the moment.
Primogen, I'd like to introduce you to a new member of our clan.
Oh, yes, I heard.
This is Isabella, my child. Isabella, this is Primogen Van Burance.
Hello?
I don't think I've ever actually spoken to my own Primogen.
Maybe you should. Now is a good opportunity.
So there's four of us at this table then, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
Hmm.
I don't believe we've formally spoken. My apologies.
That's okay. I've been busy.
As have I.
Man. They kind of look over to each other, the two Primogens, that is. And it's like, we never seen him so pissed off. Holy shit.
Yeah, whatever was in that scroll really cracked his composure for a second there. He looked disturbed.
The anger of a Ventru.
There has to be more than just the news that his sheriff uh, was feeding the Sacred Inquisition info.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why? Why would a kindred do that? Wouldn't the Second Inquisition just kill them as soon as they had what they needed?
Probably. Unless you got something they want for some reason other than us, everyone else
But
here.
for what purpose would the Second Inquisition leave alive a kindred that has already betrayed their kind and that is completely bereft of any additional useful information? It doesn't make sense.
Well,
Hmm.
if I may make some conjecture here, it's possible that they left him alive as a slap in the face to those of us that he betrayed.
That would be cruel. How very enjoyable.
Or they're just
But
finally warming up to us. Who knows? It's the first step towards a peaceful coming together.
I do have some intel that probably didn't make it to the prince since I reported it to the sheriff.
What's
The
that?
well, second or first light was planning on a meeting tonight at the old factory.
The factory. Scene of my greatest downfall. Joining you. No offense.
Should have never landed there. It's your fault. Just saying.
Now, not for nothing, but that is a rather hidden spot. Not a whole lot of traffic around it. We might be able to make a strike on first light and reduce their numbers.
Ricky. I'll ask you in a minute.
Sounds possible.
But I figured since it probably didn't get to the sheriff, I'd let you know so it could get to the sheriff.
Prince.
Or prince, sorry. Since I told the sheriff, it wouldn't have gotten to the prince.
Right.
On another matter, Ricky,
Yes.
you have contact with a technologist, don't you? I assume so.
Yeah, a couple.
And you have the sheriff's personal number?
Yeah, if he still has that phone.
Is it possible you could use that to attempt to locate him, or at least his previous whereabouts?
I could see what I can do.
Thank you.
I'll look to my permission if I may deal with this.
At that moment, the club strikes up a fervor as if something was happening that was exciting everybody. Both Megan and Sierra say goodbye for a second to make their way back over to the prince. And about 2 seconds later, somebody arrives into the club
Ooh. Who is it?
with a goal in tow.
With a what in tow?
With a goal in tow.
If it's the sheriff, I'm going to kill him.
And around the goal is a collar with a leash that leads down to the hands of somebody very familiar with you, Ricky. Fiorenza walks into the club, the succubus club.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Can you give that description one more time for me?
A goal with a collar around their neck, with a leash that leads down to the velvet gloved hands of Fiorenza.
So the ghoul has the leash, and Fiorenza's the person holding the leash.
Yes.
Okay, for a second it sounded like the ghoul had a leash attached to Fiorenza, and I was like, what the fuck?
I hope it's not Yana.
Alright, so Fiorenza is here.
No, Jano's with you.
Oh,
Isn't Fiorenza from Texas or something?
Mexico.
Mexico City.
Mhm.
Mexico City. What the hell is Fiorenza Savannah doing here? Also, I don't think I've ever actually seen Fiorenza Savannah, so I don't recognize him.
I think none of us have.
Anyway,
Except for Ricky.
Yes,
have
you got
nothing.
personally? Damn.
If you'll excuse me, and Ricky gets up and moves toward Fiorenza, but doesn't approach her directly just puts himself in her line of sight.
Okay. She turns over so slightly. Ricky, my lad, how are these knights holding you up?
Ooh.
Well, I must say, Madam Prince, it's been better, and I'm sure it will be better in the future. But for now, we just get through the nights as best we can. I take it you've come to lend aid?
Yes, I heard the how badly Prince Jackson has screwed up here, and I've came.
Hmm. Um, trying to kind of read her insight wise. Is she here to? Does she seem to be here to help or to make a play?
You you do not know. You cannot read what she is
Okay.
thinking.
You could if you could scry her soul.
Right. All I got is insight skills.
I have a new discipline power, but it's not helpful here.
Right.
I purchased a 3rd level out of clan discipline power.
3rd level.
Yeah,
Hot dang.
I got me a 3rd level obfuscate power.
You already have 1 and 2?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I got the 2nd one a while ago, and the 1st one was for my background. Or for my hunting style, but...
Well, Prince Savannah, it is a pleasure to see you here in the city, and I look forward to working with you.
Yes, I am looking forward to work with you too. How would you like
If
to be prince
there's...
of the city?
I'm sorry?
How would you like to be prince? Or sheriff, sorry.
I was gonna
Okay,
say...
that's more like it, because Prince is a little above my pay grade.
It's a little occupied.
Yes, and you already have a really good prince here anyway.
Right.
Interesting
Now,
to say after calling this a screw up.
Sheriff isn't too far from fixes, so I think I can handle that.
A question, if I may, Miss Savannah.
And you must be Xavier.
The very same. I'm honored and terrified that you are familiar with me.
I am familiar with everyone.
As befits a kindred of your status.
Thank
If
you.
Ricky were to become the sheriff, what would happen to our little band of misfits?
Do we become mini
I
sheriffs?
would. That would be up to Ricky.
As I understand, there's no tradition or law that says the sheriff cannot have a coterie, but generally speaking, the sheriff removes himself or herself from the coterie to work with the hounds.
Weren't you
Yes,
hound at one point?
but you could also get rid of the hounds and put your coterie into that position.
That's a solution I was considering, Prince. Thank you.
Hounds once again. Hell.
Yeah, I was never a hound, but okay.
We were never, but we were. Then we lost the title.
Yeah, but that was before I got here.
No, if you excuse me.
Of course, of course. And if there's anything I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out.
I will. And almost like as soon as she turns around, Prince Jackson's right there.
Okay.
Fiorenza.
We should make our withdrawal.
Agreed.
Sure.
No, you know what? I think this is the perfect time to go tell Prince Jackson about that invitation.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I remember that picture. That makes much more sense.
Once I get the group someplace relatively quiet and out of earshot for the most part,
Okay.
I think Prince Fiorenza intends to use me as leverage for a power play.
I don't think that would be surprising in any way, shape, or form.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, if you are instrumental in helping her achieve more power, that means more power that is, in a certain sense, at your disposal. At the same
Well,
time, well, you know the rest.
you know, I've long believed that it's never good to find out one's precise worth to one's superiors.
Hmm.
I preferred it when I had no worth and no importance.
And this puts me in a position where Prince Fiorenza feels that I have enough value to the prince to use as leverage to put me into a position as sheriff. And
Hey,
that's something I didn't want to know.
at least that means she won't soon run out of use for you.
Whatever happens, I support you. Probably. Unless you destroy my garden, then I will murder you.
Oh, is it Sophie or Cassandra tonight?
It's Sophie.
Sophie,
Yes?
we never visited your garden.
I think it's a bad time to visit the garden right now.
No, but we should remember it for when this is all over.
Exactly.
Xavier, you remember I said I had something for you in my office?
Hmm.
Before this is over, it might be worthwhile for you to try to retrieve it. It's a 7mm sniping rifle, and I've special ordered some incendiary rounds for it. And since we're on a blood hunt after the former sheriff, it may come in handy.
I would prefer to avoid using such a weapon for personal reasons.
Do we know if he has any weaknesses?
Sunlight.
Who?
Well, except from sunlight, obviously.
Well, Ricky, do you remember what clan the sheriff belongs to?
Isn't he Ventru?
Nope.
Kasumi?
He is Bruja.
Bruja. He's Bruja.
Do be careful. The Bruja know how to make a riot.
Apparently. Look at the city.
Bruja's weakness is they're easily drawn to rage. However, a kindred in rage is particularly dangerous to, well, everything.
Especially if he's the former sheriff now.
Although, I think if I can get a single word to him, we might be okay.
Why that?
A little trick I picked up.
Hmm. Interesting. I like tricks, so let's hope your trick works and doesn't make you into a pile of dust.
Ricky, you wouldn't happen to know his generation, would it? Would you?
Is that something I was privy to, Kasumi?
Nope.
No. I'm pretty certain he's not a neonate.
Because my current generation is. What generation are we?
Now, as far as finding out if we can get a general location of the sheriff.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, let's see here. Do I want to go underworld? Do I want to go police? Or do I want to go federal?
I would recommend against police or federal given the current situation.
Yeah.
Or whatever has your highest dice pool.
I will. I will contact Phil, my underworld contact.
As you go to pick up your phone, you look out the corner of your eye, and you see Fiorenza almost staring you down.
Okay, I will put it away.
Don't want to be tracked here, then. Perhaps we should step outside to make that call.
Maybe we shouldn't make calls as they're maybe tracking any outgoing calls. Radio
You'd think
waves and all that. Very scary for you, I know. Ooh.
What's very scary?
Radio waves. And all that. 5G! Fear it.
So, how do we get out of here?
Well, the
I'd
problem
probably
is
do
if we go out on the street, we're breaking curfew.
Sure, if you get caught.
Can I see out through windows or anything, Kasumi?
I meant,
Nope.
like, literally, is there a door?
Yeah. The one that Fiorenza came through, the ones that you guys came through.
I thought we came through the back somehow.
Yeah, through a door.
Okay,
Where
there's
there's a couple people guarding it.
street door.
Yeah, I think we're in lockdown for the moment.
Well, I guess we can only use the resources we have in here then. Wonderful.
Are you
Xavier-
sure?
Xavier is itching like a dog to get out of here. The combination
Okay.
of burgeoning blood hunt and the presence of way too many high rankers here. Xavier, very zoomy.
Okay. So what is Xavier gonna do?
Well, Xavier can't leave, so Xavier's just gonna like.
Are you sure you can't leave?
Xavier won't leave without at least one other coterie member.
I'm sorry?
And Xavier won't leave without at least one other coterie member, and neither Sophie nor Ricky seem inclined to depart at the current time.
Tell you what, Xavier. I see you itching. I've got a new skill that'll let me move mostly unseen. Why don't we get about a block away from here? I can contact the people I know and see if we can locate where the sheriff is.
I would appreciate that greatly.
You two have fun. I'll stay here and keep an ear open. Or two. Maybe an eye.
Okay.
I will go
You're
to the people guarding the back door.
they
Hey,
decided
I'm sorry.
yeah, what's up?
Are we on lockdown here, or can we step out for a minute?
You're free to go in and out as you please. Just remember the password.
Which would be.
You know it when the time comes.
Are you telling me that, or is the character telling me that?
I'm telling you that.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
DM to player.
All right. Because if an actual
Okay.
vampire told me that, I'd be like, maybe I won't leave.
I'm going to roll a rouse check to don my cloak of shadows.
I will
Oh,
rouse for
and I rolled a 10 on the use of
that.
oblivion. That's a stain.
Okay.
I will rouse for my unseen passage, which I succeed at.
Okay.
I'm at 3 freaking stains right now.
Well, it's a good thing you have extra humanity.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's everybody doing?
I'm going to quietly and carefully slip out the door.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're able to. No problem.
And
How
I will
far?
stick to the shadows and get block and a half away in an alley or something.
Okay.
Sophie's
fine.
just gonna stay in the club for now and keeping an ear open if anything new information-wise comes to light. Also,
Okay.
is there anything to feed upon in here, or is there nothing right now?
I mean, there's plenty to feed upon. There's kindred and more kindred and even more kindred.
That doesn't sound like a tasty meal right now.
Okay, I'm going to pull out a heretofore unused burner phone
Okay.
and make a call to fill my underworld contact.
Hello, this is Phil. Who's this?
This is Ricky.
Oh, hey, Ricky, what's up?
Hey, well, I have a situation and I need a tech guy to help me out. There's a person I'm needing to get a general location on, and all I have is a cell phone number.
Okay.
And I will give him the sheriff's cell phone number.
Okay.
This is time sensitive.
All right, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can.
All right, thank you. And I will make sure the phone is on vibrate.
Okay.
And I will settle into a little corner of shadow to wait.
Okay.
Keeping a
Xavier.
close eye out on my surroundings.
Okay. What are you doing, Xavier?
Just sort of attempting to take in literally everything from Trace of a Sheriff.
Okay. Nothing is happening right where you guys are at. There's no riots, no nothing. It seems that whatever curfew is in effect is in effect. However, there is one or two people like meandering around.
Are they human?
They are human, but they're in like little gangs.
Do they have any sort of tactical gear or
No, they seem to be regular humans.
I wonder what they're doing at past curfew.
About half an hour later, you start seeing more of them.
Ricky?
Yeah.
What the hell?
In fact, you hear one of them.
Boing.
You hear one of them yell, almost from the direction of the club. Gosh darn it! The Succubus Club is closed.
They have guns.
What?
Do they have guns?
No.
I expected this to be a band of gun nuts coming to go to that gun club.
At the Succubus Club?
Oh no, wait, that was our club. That was the gun
Yeah,
club. That wasn't the gun club.
this would be that.
Never mind.
Yep.
Moves are hard.
About 15 more minutes pass, and you start to see more and more people.
Maybe we should go somewhere else to. Or are you waiting on a callback? What's the deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to figure out what's happening with them? Or...
I will perk up my ears with what you
Senses?
call it in heightened senses,
Okay.
and try to get a feel for what's going on around us with those mortals.
Yeah, can you believe this? They were. They just. They just took up the. They just lifted the lockdown, and there's nobody out. Nobody. No business open.
What?
It's almost like. It's almost like they planned this.
They lifted the curfew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, they lifted the curfew. Nothing's open. The Succubus Club. That's always open. No, the Succubus Club isn't open. Gosh darn it.
Well, if they lifted the curfew, that's good for us, right?
Theoretically, but too soon to tell for sure.
Is there a building I can get to the top of easily?
I'm sorry.
Is there a building I can get to the top of easily?
Yes.
Oh, Ricky.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute or two.
Okay, I'll be right here.
I will head to the top of the building.
Okay.
I want to scan for any paramilitary signs.
Go ahead and give me a wits plus awareness.
What?
Go ahead and give me wits plus awareness.
Wit plus awareness.
Actually, hold on. Reverse it. Intelligence plus awareness.
Intelligence plus awareness. I would like to blood surge for that.
Okay.
That is a success. Brings my
Congrats.
dice up by 2. Excuse me. That is 4 successes.
None. There's no predatory out.
I will return to Ricky and indicate very quietly that there doesn't appear to be any first light presence on the streets at the current time, which means that meeting is probably happening very soon.
Yeah.
We might want to hustle over there.
Listen, I got to take this call, and I don't want to have it come in at the club. Why don't you go ahead, get in the club, get word to
Do you
get
want
word
me to...
to either Fiorenza or the Primogen.
All right. Do you want me to
What's
bring
going on?
Sophie and the kid back out here with you so that we can head out?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
bring the rest of the coterie out.
I will scamper back to the club.
Okay. You get detained for a second, and you're able to remember the password. And as you go in, you're inside the Succubus Club again.
What is Fiorenza doing at the current time?
It looks like she's still into talks with Prince Jackson.
Ah, I'm definitely not interrupting that. Can I take out a piece of paper?
um, Go ahead and give me intelligence plus awareness.
To take out a piece of paper?
Oh, you had a piece of paper on you?
Probably. Usually do.
Okay. Okay.
I want
You
to
take out a
write
piece of paper then.
on a piece of paper, basically. Ricky says the curfew has been lifted. We're going to the old factory.
Factory.
That's what I said.
I heard rectory, sorry.
And who do you give this to?
I want to quickly try to give it to Fiorenza and then back out as fast as humanly possible.
Do I see him, by the
You
way?
could. What?
If I see Xavier with my sense the unseen.
Oh, Xavier has to drop invisibility to come back inside anyway.
Yeah, you see Xavier.
I guess Sophie would start approaching him, as apparently no news has come to her years from now. And how is it outside? Still everything burning?
Actually, have I passed the note yet, or is this before that?
This is before that. He's still walking up.
Get AJ, what's the ghoul called? Or the not ghoul?
Isabella?
Isabella.
You, Isabella, and me are going back out to meet Ricky. We're going to go see what we can do. The curfew's been lifted, apparently.
Oh, wonderful. Where
Can
are we
you
going?
Xavier,
Yes.
what may I do for you?
Who's saying that?
Fiorenza.
Fiorenza. Yes. Ricky has requested that I communicate to you, that the curfew appears to have been lifted and there is no noticeable first light presence on the street. So we are going to go do some rather investigating and such.
And you thought to bring this information to me instead of the prince of the
He
city.
requested that I do so. I was under the impression that the prince would be otherwise occupied at this time.
Prince Jackson speaks up. I am standing right here, you know.
My apologies, my lord. Xavier just stands there awkwardly. I'm told the curfew has been lifted.
That is good to know.
Xavier kind of glances back at
Can we
Sophie.
get some one of these TVs on with the news? About a couple of seconds later, one of the big flat screen TVs is turned on, and indeed, it seems that the president of the United States is on the screen, apologizing,
5, so next election cycle.
apologizing for the massive confusion of what's going on in Chicago, and that all federal troops that were stationed there are now being recalled. And he also passes the buck on to the current governor of Illinois, Governor. I don't have a name at the moment, so sorry.
The governor.
Governor something rather.
The governor. And then it switches over to like the governor of Illinois, and you're like, I don't know what the president's talking about. I didn't order these troops to be in Chicago, but I've talked with the mayor, and whatever curfew was there is now lifted, and other troops are being moved out.
Wonderful.
It seems like that is. Um, the little thing that you mentioned about a factory. Go ahead and take care of it. Thank you.
Understood. Xavier will basically collect Sophie and the fuck it, Isabella, and depart to head out.
Xavier, I'm
Isabella,
not
Isabella.
really doing so hot in case you haven't noticed. I'm beyond half dead here. Just saying.
Prince Jackson like looks over and turns up. Watch this. They're gonna bow as they like go past. It's gonna be really cute and really funny at the same time. Go ahead. You may go.
What happened? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Prince Jackson kind of goes over to Firenze and goes, "No, this is gonna be funny because they're gonna bow as they back up. Watch this. It's gonna be cute
Xavier
and
doesn't.
funny at the same time. Go ahead. Go."
Sophie is too busy
Xavier kind of speeds off towards the door.
crying to Xavier that she's not feeling too well, but slowly walks after him, so doesn't really pay attention to the prince. Both princes, whatever.
Xavier stops at the door at the last minute, as if finally processing what Prince Jackson said, turns around, bows, and then runs out.
See, wasn't that cute? I love that cootery. Okay, you go outside with Sophie and
Isabella.
Isabella, and you meet up with uh, Ricky.
All right, completed. Also completely embarrassed. Also murderous. Let's go.
Still, I'm not
Okay.
doing so hot, so if there's any fighting, that's on you. I will run away.
Actually, I was hoping to do everything from long range surveillance, and Xavier, we really should pick up that rifle. It's got some optics on it you're gonna love.
Very well. Let's go.
Alright, we get the weapon and then we go to the factory so you can have a look. Because you can be invisible, you two. Not me. Just saying.
You make it back to the Lilith. It is a little better than the condition that you thought you saw it before, but still, all the windows are busted out, and there seems to be a few scavengers here and there.
When you say scavengers, do you mean of the animal or human?
Of the human variety, yes.
Ah,
Why
Well,
don't you cover
technically,
me
that
as
would
I
be
go in?
well, technically that would be part of the human variety as well, but okay, you going in?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna dart on upstairs, covered by my cloak of shadows.
Okay. As you enter the Lilith, the inside is a lot more devastated than the outside. There is a lot of damage to the inside. Um, the map of Chicago that was hanging up is on the ground.
No! No!
Part of its frame is busted. Lamps are tossed here and there.
Where's Huey? Huey was in here.
Was he in there?
Huey was in there, yes.
He is on the ground. The light bulb on top of his head seems to be busted open.
God. She immediately goes towards Huey.
I'm sorry. Is that the name of the lamp?
That's the lamp.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Go straight for the box.
as you guys go upstairs, you see more telltale signs of fire. Not fire. I'm sorry. Gunshots and of maybe mystical powers being used.
What?
There's claw marks. There's a whole bunch of stuff just here. As you get more and more into the upstairs, you finally make it to the office, which immaculately has not been touched.
Okay. I will quickly unlock the door, slip in,
However,
and
the one thing you did notice is that Isabella has not come inside of the club at all. She's basically standing outside.
don't know that I blame her. This
Can I
is hard for Ricky to see.
Xavier has no issues.
Can I see her from where I'm currently downstairs? Since I didn't head upstairs with them right now.
Yes, you do.
I look at her since the windows are busted open. Don't you want to come in?
She shakes her head no.
Oh, poor thing.
Any reason why?
She points to like some of the blood that's smeared up going up to the thing.
Ah, fair enough.
Aw, kitty.
Anyway, Ricky, you go into your office. It is immaculate.
All right. I will not spend too much time in abject wonder at that. I'll just go ahead and grab the briefcase.
Okay.
Ricky opens
You
up this quilted steel briefcase to
okay?
display a rifle that's all in it's broken down. It's obviously a sniper rifle meant to break down and assemble quickly.
Yeah, Xavier has one like that, but probably not so fancy.
It's a 46-inch barrel, 7mm with full gas eject or gas compensation, and it has a 5 to 20 times optics on it.
And it has what on it?
5 to 20 times optics on it. In other words, you
Yeah.
can magnify 5 to 20 times
Mm-hmm.
on the scope.
Aw. You went and obtained this for what? An eventuality like this?
Sure, call it that.
Xavier looks at Ricky.
Now, on the way, we can grab some incendiary rounds if you don't have any 7mm already.
I do not tend to carry incendiary rounds with me.
Okay, well, I have some regulars full jacketed here.
Okay.
I've got probably 20 rounds because they're a bitch to make and they're expensive to buy.
I will be honest, I know very little about actual.
The 7mm is a lightweight round, but it's a very high powered round. It's good for a shot up to 2.5 clicks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, shall we?
Yeah.
Where to?
So yeah, I reckon we'll go ahead and collect the downstairs portion of our coterie and head on toward the factory.
Let us waste as little time as possible. Can we obtain some form of vehicle?
Some form of vehicle.
Preferably.
Yeah, there's one outside
Good. Is it
in the
ours?
back. Yeah.
Good. Let's go.
Who's driving?
Siana with
I have
us?
some. Do
I
you
mean,
have any drive skill?
I do.
Go for it.
Xavier can drive, but you've never actually asked him.
Just wait 1 minute. I need to get Chicago and Huey. I can't let them in here all alone, beaten up. Need to take care of them.
Be quick about it.
And she quickly collects Huey and Chicago and puts them in the car.
Okay.
All right. How do I drive?
Okay. You make it to the factory.
Oh, not a check. Okay.
You know how to drive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing special.
Sweet.
Well, you're not doing any tricks or anything at the moment, so.
Okay. In my old campaign, you basically had to do a check every time you drove, which was fine because I had an effective 8-die pool, but still. Yeah,
Okay.
that's V20 similarity.
Let's maybe stop a block away, find some high ground, and use those optics to see what's going on.
Okay. You get there, and there's no high ground here.
There should be high ground within a couple, clicks.
Well, like a
Mm.
building we can get on top of anything.
I mean, they're just regular houses here around this factory.
Ah,
Nothing more than like 2 stories.
I assume none of you can fly? No?
And as you driving into the neighborhood, you notice that there are kin outside, and like most of the places are lit up with lights.
There are what outside?
Kin, kind.
kind.
Humans.
Food.
Yes,
So,
food.
All right. I guess I'll just go in.
I'm thinking, Xavier, since the kind are active and these are houses, maybe we should let you go by yourself and do your silence of death thing. Get up
And
to a high point and see what you can see.
most residential houses don't actually have roof access, right?
You
You
can
can't
fly.
climb a trellis or something?
Sure, I can, but yeah, fine.
Use those claws of yours. Come on now. Don't be
Yeah,
lazy.
All right, fine. I will find a house with a proper, with a proper accoutrement to climb on top of.
Okay. Give me a dexterity plus larceny and add any dots of obfuscate you have.
Dexterity plus larceny plus obfuscate.
Yes.
What's the difficulty?
How many dice you have?
9.
Oh, yeah. You're able to get on top of a building, no
I was
problem.
gonna say.
I was gonna say the difficulty is about a 4, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now what? Guess I'll use the scope to look in at the.
You look at the towers on each side of the factory, and you can't see inside. The windows are blacked out. You turn over to the factory,
Yeah.
and there seems to be nothing in the where you can see at least at the moment. There doesn't seem to be any people in there.
Were the towers blacked out when we were here before?
You don't know, but Ricky and Sophie would know that yes, they've always been blacked out.
All right. I will return to the folk.
Okay, you return.
Did
I
you
will
see
communicate
anything?
with them.
I'm sorry, Sophie. What was that?
I just asked if he saw anything.
Nothing helpful.
Well, that's not very helpful.
Hmm.
Could have at least come up with something.
I mean, we can just go up there and I can just walk and then get murdered.
As long as it doesn't put me in too much risk.
Ricky,
Yeah, I can come with you.
let's go. I guess I'm the driver then.
Where you going?
Up to the factory, more or less.
You're there.
What?
We're close enough. We can just walk.
All right.
Yeah.
To the factory we go then.
All right. I guess I got to rouse again for Shadow Cloak.
As will I.
Okay, an 8 this time, so I'm good.
This is a success.
Okay, so who's all going?
Isabella doesn't have
think
any
it's-
discipline powers yet, does she?
I
No.
don't know how it works. Whether newborn kindred get their discipline powers right away, or if they have to train them.
That's just random.
So yeah, she's just a glamorous ghoul right now. I'll have her stay behind with Sophie.
Now hold on. There is a thing, isn't it? If you drink the blood of you can gain discipline.
She
I
has a
think that's if you
discipline
have
buff, but she's just turned, so she's still going through the change.
Ah, she's still in the process then. Oh well. All right, I guess it's just me and Ricky then. If Sophie doesn't want to come.
I'm staying behind. I
All
get
right.
shot once, I'm dead. Oh.
Actually, that's true of me too. I still have 2 aggravated damage.
At least you can be invisible. I can't.
True.
Okay.
Let's go then, Ricky.
All right.
Actually, we're going in. Sophie's staying outside, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Take the sniper rifle. I am not going to need it in there.
Sure. Never handled
You
one,
have got
but
some
it's
firearms,
not
don't you?
too different from a normal gun, I assume. Point it at someone and pull the trigger. Right?
Basically,
Then I should more or less.
just don't shoot us.
I'll try, but don't come out in a uniform of first line all of a sudden.
Uh-huh. You know, maybe I should take that with us. Anyway, let's go.
Ta-ta now.
I will make sure to prepare a couple of steaks too, just in
Okay.
case.
And you go into the familiar building of the factory. Right in front of you is the giant assembly line that still has some bottles on it. And almost as you come in, there are 2 first lighters walking right in front of you.
Okay. I need to make a stealth check to keep to the shadows.
Ricky, when we see first lighters, are we just going to kill them as we see them, or
No, we wanna get in and find out what's going on and get out quietly if we can.
stealth mission? Got it. Yeah,
Okay.
you'll activate Silence of Death.
I rouse the blood for Dex. That gives me a 6 die pool for stealth. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Yep, they don't see you. You just keep walking past, like nothing ever happens.
Okay. When they get past, I'm gonna go ahead and move forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Through the right hand side, there seems to be a door that doesn't have a door, just an arch.
A doorway.
And on the left side is another arch that seems to go to a different area. To the right, you know from previous experience that is what is considered a loading dock. When the other side is pretty much the employee break room, control room, slash whatever restrooms.
Okay, they're probably to the right, but I'm gonna stop and listen anyway.
I'm sorry.
I said I figure they're probably to the right where all the break room and all that is, but I'm gonna stop and listen anyway with heightened senses
For what?
for sound of people. There's supposed to
Uh,
be a meeting going on, so there should be something to hear.
in here, you hear like the pitter patter of feet. You hear the occasional whisper, but no large gathering.
Okay. Which direction do I hear the whispering from?
Um, there's some coming from the left, and then there's some coming from the right. It just depends on where the patrol is at the time. Sometimes you just hear um, little thing over the thing going, all clear.
Okay. I will move to the right first, trusting Xavier's behind me because I can't see them.
Yep.
Okay, you make it to the loading dock. There is tons and tons of boxes and a little room that you've noticed before that had a particular memory with another coterie member that used to be with you guys.
Okay, I will take a minute to look around in here and see how many bodies I can spot.
Ditto.
4.
Okay, then I will go the other way and see what's over there.
You go the other way, passing almost a little like off to your side a little bit is 2 first lighters walking the opposite direction of the way you're going. Um, you make it into the control room where Ricky, you remember this is the place where you found the ghost and had Sophie mad at you for a little while.
Right.
Mm,
Oblivion Sight. Is the ghost still here?
no.
That's right. We released her from her.
Yeah, she moved on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Presumably.
Okay, I will look. I'm in the control room. I'm going to look out the windows of the control room over the floor and see how many first lighters I can see.
Are you going up the stairs?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me dexterity plus athletics.
Oh, not the stairs again. No.
3 successes.
3 successes. You're able to make it up, remembering which steps that you had to like avoid from last time.
Right. And as Ricky goes up the stairs, he's going to hold his hand out down in a stay back posture.
Yep.
Xavier, are you going
And
up the steps as well?
Xavier will do as Ricky appears to be gesturing, so not coming up.
Okay. Okay. Ricky, you make it to the control room. You look over the place from your high vantage point, and again you see. I'm guessing you're using heightened senses.
yes.
You see a pair in this room, a pair that seems to be coming back through the main part of the factory. One that seems to be going to the doors, and there seems to be about 4 sets.
So 8 here, 4 in the other room. That's a dozen. We can
No, no,
assume
no,
that
no,
we've
no,
missed 1 or
no.
2.
Sorry. Just 4 pair.
Oh, so 8 altogether.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will slip back out and down the stairs, hopping over the problem step, and head back out of the building.
Okay. You exit the building. No fuss, no mess.
Okay.
Give me a dexterity plus athletics real quick as you go down the
Already?
steps.
2 successes.
At the last second, you misremembered which thing is, and you tumble down the rest of the way, making a loud noise.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Ricky is going to immediately try to just huddle into a shadow.
Okay, go ahead and give me a dexterity plus, I think, stealth.
Yep, rousing the blood again to get 6 dice on this. 4, 5, 6. Oh,
Actually,
come back here.
hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Give me a composure plus stealth. Still add your 2 dice.
Okay, hang on a second. I dropped a die here and don't want to lose it. Damn it. Fuck it, I'll come back to that. Okay, my composure is 3. And okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. Because I get a bonus from Shadow Cloak. 4 successes.
4 successes. Yeah, you're able to blend right back into the shadows, and they come over to see what it is, and they find a pebble, and they think a pebble just rolled down the stairs.
Okay. Once the curious humans move away, I will head on back the rest of the way out of the building and back to the car.
Okay. You both make it back to the car.
That's a really useful first level ability.
What is?
Shadow Cloak.
Apparently. Hot dang.
Oh, was that first level?
Yeah, I thought it was second, but I double checked it. It's first.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a Oblivion power. It gives you +2 to stealth and +2 to intimidate mortals.
Shadow? Yeah, Shadow. Wow, holy sh! Oh, okay. Nice.
Gained any new insight in there? Or still as clueless as before?
There's about 8 of them, maybe more that I didn't see. So figure close to a dozen, and they're just patrolling.
It's a dozen too many if you ask me.
Well, it's more than we really want to face right now.
Yeah.
I would like to move around the area and see if there are any cars in the lot other than what would account for the 8 people that I know are in there.
You move around the area. You find no other cars.
Okay.
In fact, you don't find like where there would be a parking lot in this place. There seems to be no cars in the parking lot at all.
Huh. Well, that's odd. I distinctly
Yeah.
heard that there was a meeting here tonight.
You're starting to misremember things, Ricky. That's not good. You're getting old.
No, I'm certain I didn't misremember this.
Maybe another location? Maybe below the ground?
They would have had to park somewhere, though.
Could have walked here.
Hmm.
Or maybe they have secret underground tunnels with which they can move.
What time of night is it?
It's getting pretty late. You're looking about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we probably already missed it.
That's a shame.
Well, there goes that.
But we can confirm to the prince that this is their base of operations. Otherwise, they wouldn't be patrolling it.
Ricky?
Yeah.
Ricky?